rebounding points, and still cut it to 6 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the guys, we battled. You know, we got off to really terrible start, and we just tried a bunch of different lineups. And fortunately, we found one where we were a little bit small, and we made some shots. We missed. I told the guys we missed 16 makeable shots in the first half. And that's a lot of shots. And but we made some of those to help cut the deficit. But again, you know, their key players took over. James was really good. He got him off to a great start. We had to try to trap him a little bit to get the ball out of his hands. And, you know, some of the other guys made plays and made shots for him.
Defensively, how good is this Miami team?
They're good. They're long. They're athletic. They disrupt your offense. And again, if you're not making your shots, when they give you wide open shots, you got to make them pay. And we didn't do that tonight. But their defense is really good. And, you know, they have some really athletic guys that can cover a lot of ground.
About the play of Travis Outlaw.
Yeah, good spark for us off the bench. You know, got him back on the bench. He rebounded the ball well tonight. You know, he was really a ball mover. He didn't have any assists, but he moved the ball really well, made some shots for us. Mario West came in and gave us a huge lift defensively. Now, I know he didn't score the ball that much, but he gave us a big lift defensively, and he was a part of that run and that key unit that we had in there.
But would you rather not see him take those 2 threes when you have a chance to get it within 5?
Yeah, you know, and we'll talk to him about that. That's maybe not necessarily his strength, but put the ball on the floor and go in and make another play. But, you know, I guess he just thought he was so wide open, and one of those threes just came in and out. But yeah, we missed some shots tonight. We're 8 for 28 from 3, but I'm telling you, about maybe 7 or 8 of those were wide open, and it just didn't go down.
What do you think about Brooke without Humphries?
Again, that's something that he hasn't had to deal with all year, and we got to figure something out at the starting power forward spot, because nothing that we've tried worked so far.
It seemed like the first couple minutes of the first half, LeBron James went to like 13 points. If it wasn't for that, you get the feeling that maybe your team is kind of like caught off balance from that?
Yes, you know, it's tough right now for us when we have, you know, guys that we would normally put on LeBron, like a Damian James. This is his kind of a game. So now we have to go to other situations where we might be a little bit more smaller, and sometimes our defense could be a little bit more compromised. But our guys battled him. We tried to put as much pressure on him. We did a good job of making him play more defense in the second half.
Now it's a 6-game losing streak. How important is it for you guys to do something more positive to end the season, you know, going forward in the next year?
Yeah, it is important. We all understand where we are as a team. You know, Anthony Morrow goes out with a sore knee in the second half. But again, there's another game on Tuesday. We got to have a good practice tomorrow with whomever's available, and then try to come back and get this taste out of our mouths. Because, you know, during our 5-game winning streak, we were playing some pretty good basketball. And I know we're a different team. There are a few guys that aren't here that were present during that time. But we got to come out and try to play a game where we play well from start to finish.
Okay, thank you.
Another slow start for you guys. What happened to start for you?
I thought we took a lot of quick shots. Didn't really execute well, and that's tough to do against a team like this. You know, especially when you're not making shots. We definitely had some makeable shots, but I thought they were rushed and quick, and then they get out in transition, and you know, we got layup after layup, and they're tough to beat when they're doing that.
How good was LeBron tonight?
It was good. I mean, it was LeBron. You know, we almost had a triple double. You know, just typical self took over. You know, he's one of those players. You know, possible to guard by himself. You know, he started out the game posting up, scored a couple times, got out in transition, scored a couple times. We tried to double him, but you know, he's such a good passer that he was, you know, picking us apart out there and made us tough. I thought we did a better job of playing in the second half. I thought Mario West came in and did a great job on him, slowing him down.
How'd you feel tonight? Because you said you haven't shot 50%. You came pretty close tonight.
It's just still frustrating. I just kind of aiming the ball instead of shooting it. Haven't had any reps, haven't had any practice in 2 months. So it's hard to get into rhythm. I think any sport can relate. Somebody took 2 months off and practice off, and you go out and try to win tournaments, it'll be tough. Same thing with tennis. It's the same thing. I haven't had the rhythm, the reps that I'm used to, and it's been tough on me. Especially playing, 41 minutes, your legs start to go at the, end of games.
What did you do to keep you out of the way?
Just switching. I had Deron on me trying to, use his length to stop me. So I wasn't trying to force it too much. I just took what they gave me.
What allowed that small lineup in the middle to get you guys back into it?
Yeah, I thought the biggest thing was, we slowed it down a little bit in the second half. Took some better shots, executed a little bit better, screened. Didn't allow them to get out and just, fast break on us all day. And I thought that was the difference. And it happened to be a smaller lineup, and we were able to spread the floor a little bit and get it going.
Do you think you guys came out the right way? Like after the Philly game, and I know you didn't play in the Houston game. Do you think you came out the right way this game?
In the first half?
Yeah, I know you said you rushed shots, but was the
end? It wasn't a lack of effort. I thought we made some bonehead plays. That kind of cost us, but it wasn't I don't think it was an effort thing like it was the Philly game.
Okay. Thank you.
Where that got you fired up and then you kind of got hot. Just talk about just being able to hit those shots late and cutting into the play in the lead.
Yeah, just been trying to battle through everything that's been going on, all kind of adversity, and just stay positive, stay strong. No missing shots that feel good. It's frustrating, and just trying to continue to stay aggressive despite that. Wanted to make the play defense towards the end of the game. We had a chance to cut in some stuff. We did some good things. We just couldn't, get off something.
For you guys, when they get off to a start like that, how difficult is it to stay in it, to stay in it mentally?
It's tough. They're very good, and they get out and run and playing with a lot of energy and feeling each other and really playing positive basketball. We need to do whatever we can to stay mentally tough and fight through that. And I think we did a good job of that. Came back in the second half and cut into the lead and gave ourselves a chance to win the game.
How did you guys cut it all the way to 6? What happened after that? Is it one of those things where you kind of run out of gas a little bit?
Yeah, I think we did it the right way, playing the right way. Moving the ball defensively, scrapping and rotating, getting some steals, forcing some turnovers, and then they just made plays. We missed a couple of big shots that would have helped us a lot, and they capitalized on some of our mistakes as well.
For you guys defensively, how hard is it when you do have they have 3 go-to players right there, and then having hitting shots as well?
It makes it tough, when those guys are aggressive, making you help, and then they're, supporting passes, making open shots, it makes them tough to beat. The big guys rebound, set screens. They know their role. They're getting, ready for the playoffs, and they're playing some good basketball. So it made it tough on us, but I think we did a good job. I think when they went small, they gave us a chance. We had shooters that could get out and run, and just spreading the court. They gave us a lot of people getting wide open shots.
And as far as your game, what was working well? Because you really stepped in, coming off the bench early in the game, jumped on it.
Well, I just tried to be confident. When I take a shot, stay in my form a little bit longer. And that's it.
Are you more comfortable coming off the bench? It's a role you've done most of your NBA career.
It's a lot easier because I was at the 4 and Morrow contained. You got to keep out with him, and then me sitting screen and roll and popping. It's just a lot easier.
All right, thanks. Man.